The following video you are about to watch contains adult language. Probably didn't need to say that, but I will, because just in case someone is bothered by that. Tacos. Hey guys. So, stuff happened. Damn it. I was checking out, like, Twitter and stuff and things earlier today, and remembered hearing, there was some talk of some stuff happening. And there's some stuff might be going down. If you know anything about Pokemon, you'll know that for a good long while now, Pokemon has been, in a position to do something here on the Switch, and make me ever jealous that I currently do not own one. Someday. Soon. Better be. Especially with this shit. Yeah. And so, we've been waiting for a while to see if we could get an actual, bit more information on what that's gonna be. And, spoilers, we've gotten it. And it's looking kind of wild. I'm currently out of town. I'm currently holding my microphone, so most assuredly the audio is fucking horrible. If it is, may God have mercy on anyone who tries to listen to it. But yeah. So I do apologize for that, but as soon as I saw this, I felt I needed to talk about it. I would have done like a reaction thing, but I didn't even think to do that because I'm kind of stupid. So yeah, for a little while now, it's been bandied about that the names Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee have been bouncing around the internet with the whole sort of, oh my god, I'm dying, with the whole sort of, they're being trademarked or registered or whatever by the same, company group thing that did it for, I believe it was Sun and Moon. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a smarty boy. So, that's been around for a little while, and people have been like, oh, what does that mean? What is this? Who's that? Who's a what? Turns out, this is a what? Pokemon Switch is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And that is, which I know is going to bother a lot of people, is seemingly a remake of, the Gen 1 games again, but here on the Switch, and taken to a fucking level and a half up from what we're used to. Yeah, it looked kind of wild, actually. We definitely do seem to be getting a quite a bit of improvement in most areas. Obviously, there's little things which, while cool in theory, don't really jive with me too well. I just couldn't really care too much, and that's like the throwing the Pokeball using the motion controls on the Switch or whatever. I don't really care. At first, I was on it. I didn't know what to think, because when it was like Pokemon Let's Go, I was like, oh my god, is it just like Pokemon Go, but you sit, so it's like Pokemon Don't Go? But no, it's a full-fledged Pokemon game. You catch, you battle, you run around, 3D as it be. Like we've been dealing with the last games, though, graphics look updated. We get to see the Kanto region all brought to life in full-on 3D. The characters who you play as definitely look different. I wouldn't look at them and be like, oh, that's red. Or maybe would I say that about Leaf? I only watched the trailer once before talking about it because I'm stupid. So I need to re-look at that here and see exactly how that goes in relation to what the trainers themselves look like. But yeah, no. Damn. It looks kind of really wild. I wasn't expecting this, and I'm pretty sure there's a whole another thing too. I think what was it, Pokemon Quest, which I haven't looked at yet. I'll probably look at after I finish putting this together here. But yeah, no, it very much is, you know, the old, you know, looks absolutely nothing-ish like, she looks more like Hilda than like Leaf. But anyway, yeah, no, it's, you use one Joy-Con, run around, run through the grass. It's a full-on Pokemon game, which is what when it was shown off, at first I wasn't expecting that, because it doesn't look and feel fully like a Pokemon game. It looks more like a collecting thing, and then it finally gets into it, and you get to see people battling, and it has obviously a very different thing. Holy shit, because I'm still rewatching the trailer right now. Fucking multiplayer, by the way. It looks like just drop-in multiplayer out of nowhere, and that's kind of insane. That is wild to think about. And like cooperative multiplayer too. It's not like, oh, we're gonna have a Pokemon battle in the you know, online or whatever. No, it's just you can just sit down with your bro, jump into some Pokemon, and hustle and bustle around Kanto, which is insane to me. Obviously, it raised the question. Assumedly, we're going to have all of the Pokemons available, at least to use, I would think. Especially since, yeah, like it's showing here right now, it is connectable to Pokemon Go, which is wild to me. Yeah, no, you'd be like, oh, you caught a Dratini in Go? Well, here you go, now it's on your game. It's all right there for you. And it looks like you can just gift Pokemon and shit like that, which is wild. Yeah, no, tons of new Pokemon that you can ride and use. The craziest thing is in the trailer, it looks like they have Pokemon following you, like just completely brought back. I honestly, as much as people ask for it, I honestly thought we would just probably never get that again, because in my mind it always made sense that, well, you could make that work on a 2D sort of playing field, but when you moved it over to 3D, the models are just going to be too big to fit indoors in some places, and just you won't fit around. You're like trying to get a fucking Wailord to follow you around. It's easy if it's a fucking sprite. If it's a big full 3D model, it doesn't work quite as well, unless they obviously shrink it way the hell down. And again, I feel like that kind of fits into the, like, well, how big are the Pokemon? It's like you see an Onix that's rideable in the game. It's fucking huge. It's not, I mean, it's the size of an Onix. So then it raises the question, are all Pokemon followable? If that is the case, which it kind of looks like, because there was a weird, you know, choice of Pokemon that were following the main characters. Like it was, it had you flying on a Charizard, riding on a Lapras, and riding on an Onix. All things that are things that have already been done, or, excuse me, headphones, you calm down. All things that have been done before, except for obviously the Onix. But then you have like, I believe one is a Gengar's following behind, an Electrode was following. I'm trying to remember things off the top of my head. I think a Nidoking was following as well. It's also really crazy to see all these. Like, I can point out different locations in Kanto in this trailer, and I'm like, oh shit, Petalburg. Not Petalburg. That's not even remotely close. It's a different region. What am I trying to say? Viridian Forest, and you can see the little town that you start off in, Pallet Town, and all that stuff. You can notice that, which is just so weird to me. It's such a weird thing, and I kind of love every minute of it. There's little things, again, that I just couldn't give a shit about, like the throwing the Pokeball thing. I don't really care. The carrying around your Pokemon with you wherever you go, I don't care. I already don't go anywhere. It's not going to help me that much. Yeah, no, that's so cool. I just keep rewatching it over and over again. It's kind of incredibly awesome. Again, it does raise the question. Assumedly, it's going to have access to all of the Pokemon that we're used to. I should hope if it's just the OG 151, that would be really sad, because there's so many awesome Pokemon that deserve to be brought out into the, daylight. And assumingly, if you can connect to Pokemon Go, I mean, Pokemon Go has Gen 3 and Gen 2 Pokemon in it as well, so I would assume they're there, but who knows? Maybe you can just do it that way. Obviously, they only show off Generation 1 Pokemon in the game, or in the trailer. It's really just crazy. Yeah, there's a Nidoqueen as well. Had Nidoqueen and Nidoking together. That's so wild. You get to dress up your Pikachus. I don't know if that's just... Or Pikachu and Eevee, which is great, because I'm glad that Eevee's getting love. Yeah, and then there's good the Mewtwo showed up. It's so cool. It's so cool. From what I understand, from what it looks like, is it's based off of Pokemon Yellow, which, I mean, is cool. And I'm glad to see that get a little more love. And again, that is kind of the big thing is, I know some people are going to be a little salty about it because it is, in the end, another Kanto. It is, in the end, a remake of the OG games. Which for a lot of people are like, leave them the fuck alone. Just let them be. You don't need to remake them every 10 seconds. And I can understand that, and I can sympathize. And I would like to see, something new, or completely new as well. But yeah, I mean, I can't even kind of pretend that I'm not excited. It looks so unbelievably fun and just enjoyable, and it's nostalgic, and I'm excited. It doesn't bring me quite the level of, like, I want to cry like Sun and Moon did, but it looks incredibly fun. And I know people are going to bitch because it's the Pokemon fan base. We lose our fucking minds even when we get what we want. So it's a thing, but I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited to see it. And I want to see more. I want to know how much it interacts with, say, all of the previous generations of Pokemon. How is bank available? I sincerely hope so, because if I have to lose all of the Pokemon I spent all this time building up in a bank, and I can't transfer them over, I'm going to be real sad. And again, that comes back to the thing. If that is the case, is it only the 151? And this is potentially a very stupid question, because other people will be like, fuck no, you idiot. Obviously, that's not going to be the case. But, especially since I should consider the fact that the last time I thought this was, what was it? Gen 6, when the Gen 6 games were announced. For whatever reason, in my brain, I think it was because of Mega Evolution, I just assumed, because this is before I knew that even the concept of generations were a thing, despite being as old as I am and being with Pokemon as long as I am, it never occurred to me, oh, they're broken up into, yeah, get it. But, yeah, for whatever reason, when I say, yeah, okay, thank you, buddy. Hey, appreciate it. Surprise cameo by a boy. But yeah, I don't know why I think that, but I don't know, it's just, there's always that lingering kind of fear with me. It's, again, probably very stupid. I'm curious to know, would this classify as the next generation of Pokemon? If so, does it classify as a remake? Is it its own full-on complete thing, and this is what Gen 8 is? Which wouldn't make a ton of sense, but I mean, I don't know. It really, in the end, I'm very excited, and I'm curious, and I can't wait to see more. And more importantly than anything, I cannot wait to have this be the thing that pushes me over the edge to get a Switch, because there's no way in hell I'm not going to now. Yeah, it's so wild. Pokemon originally discovered in the Kanto region that you've caught in Pokemon Go can be brought over. See, the way they say it like that, I'm looking through the tweets right now that are coming out from it. The way it sounds like that, it sounds like it's only Gen 1 Pokemon. Only Kanto Pokemon. Which makes me sad and scared, kind of. But yeah, no. The craziest thing to me, the one that breaks my brain, is the cooperative multiplayer. I can be honest when I say I never ever thought that would ever happen in a main series Pokemon game. Never once. Never once did I think, oh, I'm going over to my brother's house, might as well bring the Switch, and we're just going to go catch some pokes. Never thought that was ever going to be a thing, and that's... The other day when they were all like, oh yeah, no, we're going to have some of the craziest fucking news you've ever heard in regards to Pokemon. Yep, I would say that right there was it. Because all of the cool things that got brought along with this, just the updated version of the game, you know, again, walking around your Pokemon, which I couldn't give less of a shit about, even Pokemon following you, which while, again, it's cool, I did never think it was going to happen, but while it's cool, it's just what it is. But yeah, no, I never thought that would ever happen. That's insanely cool to me. Yeah, I cannot wait to do this. Was there a release date? I don't remember. I need to look. With Pokemon Quest and Pokemon Let's Go, there are so many new ways to explore the world of Pokemon. Trainers can look forward to even more with an all-new core series Pokemon. Okay. Never mind. Okay, so the way that tweet right there sounds... Okay, so that's Pokemon Quest. It's like a little... I have no idea what the hell that is. I don't think I'm going to personally care about it, but to those who do, that's awesome. Okay, so the way it makes it sound like in this tweet that I'm seeing right here, I'm going to have to try and get some screenshots of all these, but the way it makes it sound here, it's like, oh, there's Pokemon Let's Go, which is the remake of Gen 7 of the generation, which is, instead of doing Gen 4, we're going back to Gen 1 again. And then we are still doing another title for the second half of 2019, which would presumably be Gen 8. If that is the case, if I'm reading this correctly, that is insane too. And it's awesome, which means this game was just gonna be there, I guess, the whole time? Is like, oh, you know, by the way, here's an entire another set of games you weren't fucking expecting. Thank you, have a great day. We're Pokemon. Here's the big, you know, fucking fandom dick. Have it. That is wild to me. I am so excited now. And now I have to own a goddamn Switch. Thankfully, I have a job as of next week. So, guess who's saving up? As far as I know, you could actually, you know, I could potentially do Let's Plays on the Switch, unlike all of my 3DS stuff. So, should that be a thing that I can do here soon? Yeah, no, that's going to happen. Yeah, did it give a release date? I can't say that I saw it. If I do, it's right there, coming November 16th, 2018. Dude, I'm so excited. That's crazy. That is insanity. I'm all about it. I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. Please, people who are negative about this kind of shit, don't be a douche. That's all I can say, is just fucking love it. It's Pokemon. That's so rad. I cannot wait to see this. And if this is going to be the baseline for future games, that's wild to think that we're going to potentially, again, the way it makes it sound, like we're going to have a Generation 8 game. And this is basically like, which makes sense that this is like, oh, this is our test run. Let's make sure it all works. Let's see how people respond to what we have here. And if it is that way, I don't feel quite as bad about the potentially being limited to the original 151 or 150 or whatever. Yeah. That's cool. That's awesome. Excuse me. The entire rest of my day is going to be watching reactions and reviews and thoughts on this thing. So yeah, thank you, everyone, for checking this out. I just needed to gush. Because I just sat down, I'm like, oh, I'm going to play some Dragon Age Inquisition. And then this shit popped up, and I was like, oh. Well, I'm not doing that right now. Yeah, this is fucking cool. This is also a kid's game, so I don't know why I'm so heavy on the profanity, but it is what it is. I find it interesting that it seems like the Pokemon are walking around when you encounter them. It's interesting. I'm curious to see exactly how this all works. It seems like some things in particular I'm not 100% on board with, but most of it I'm like, I like the base that you've built for this. I'm so excited. It'd be good if I ever had gotten into Pokemon Go, because I could have used Pokemon from there, but because I don't, they got nothing. So yeah, thank you guys for checking out the video. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking. I'm excited. Also, at the very end of the trailer, they say something about, like, a tease on, like, oh, brand new Pokemon or something. So that should be interesting. Potentially, again, if they're doing an actually new full-on game coming at the late end of next year, then I'd say it's probably not that crazy to imagine that they'd be releasing perhaps a new mythical Pokemon. Also, just a little comment on the battle system. It actually reminds me. It looks. I think it's just because it's a 3D console Pokemon game, but it reminds me a lot of Pokemon Stadium. It's kind of style, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, no, you'll meet a special Pokemon. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's just like, hey, you get like a Charmander, or if it's like, you know, here's a Mega Duper Saiyan Sorax or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys again for checking it out. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking. Do want to apologize again to the people who watch normal content on my channel. I currently just don't really have any way to do a lot of that shit at the moment, so I'm working with what I got. So hopefully I will be back soon, within the next couple days, and I can make sure stuff gets out to you guys by the end of the week, even if it's not 100% on time. This is wild. I'm so excited. I hope you guys have a good day.